I got into a Twitter thread recently that I found rather interesting, obviously, or I wouldn't have contributed to that thread and participated. I found it to be a very interesting topic, and it was initiated by a tweet by somebody who was suggesting that we should live more isolated, and we should take on a more insular lifestyle, and that, even within the realms of preserving heritage and speaking for a people, we should still isolate ourselves. And they were suggesting it in such a way that condemned village lifestyle. They were trying to say village lifestyle is a lifestyle of conformity. And I argued against that. I said that village lifestyle is no less traditional. I mean, you won't speak to a single European descendant whose ancestors, many of them, several generations, did not spawn from village lifestyle. Several large, beautiful families. The reason you and I are here. Those people were in villages. Not all of your ancestors were, but many of them were. No matter who you're talking to. So it's a bit silly. But the way that this person responded to me was very unexpected. I really did not foresee this type of response. They said that traditionalism is irrelevant to them, that what they do transcends traditionalism. If that's the case, what sense does it make to try to project this motive of preserving anything if you don't care about tradition? It makes no sense. Really, it doesn't. I mean, if you have any argument toward that, I'd love to hear it, but to me, that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And while this person didn't have what I would define as ill intent, I don't think they're trying to do anything bad or lead anyone in a direction that is dangerous. I don't think they're intentionally doing anything dangerous. I have no problem with this guy. I just heavily disagree. And not only do I disagree with it, I'm also of the opinion that if one has a lifestyle that is even, what you could call highly admirable and one that can inspire several people to join in and live in a similar way, if they are happy and content, which would be understandable, raising cattle, isolated, great. I admire a lot of things about that. But if you're so content and you're so happy, I'm confused personally as to why someone would express confusion over other people not doing the same. I get it. I want more people to live in a rural way. I want more people to be self-sustainable. I think that would be a beautiful thing, to have that interconnectivity between each other like that and have rural communities. I get it. But why would you say things in such a way, phrase them in a way that is something like, oh, why aren't you doing what I'm doing? There should be no reason to phrase things like that if you are happy, if you're content. I couldn't be happier in my relationship, for instance. And I think part of what makes the bond between my fiance and I so strong is that in regards to our interests, when we talk about our interests, it's in such a way that is very intellectually fruitful. It's an enlightening experience, and we both walk away having better understood each other's perspectives. And I value that deeply. However, am I justified in going around and telling people that they should have the same kind of relationship? That they should have these exact same types of conversations? Would I be justified in addressing a broad group of people, expressing confusion as to why more people don't live the way I do, and think the way I do? No, I wouldn't be justified, and I think it's only fair that we share our interests, we share our lifestyle, and we share things about ourselves that may inspire others to live in a way that is more akin to it, but in a healthy way, not in a toxic way, not in a way that mirrors them and tries to parrot them. It's important to maintain individualism, and this person was suggesting that village life is something that equates to conformity and the suppression of individualism, and I heavily disagree, my friend. Nothing against you. It's not as if I was angered by your post. In fact, I am thankful for your post because it sparked a very interesting conversation that I think is worth having. And No, it's not just because I was able to make a video and here's a new video and something to talk about. No, I think it's great to be happening on any platform, for this to be talked about, frankly. And, have a great day. I have nothing against you. You did not, you know, trigger me or anything, as people say. You did not trigger me. You made for a very interesting conversation to have, though it be short-lived. And I thought it would be necessary to expand upon it here and flesh it out. So I hope you enjoyed this, and please give me your thoughts on the matter.